We're Adelaide Eternal. Welcome, everybody. And today I've got Barb Tapley with me to do a versus series. And Barb, this deck you recently won an online interstate tournament with. Tell me about the
Yes.
tournament. Who was hosting it? When
Um,
was it? And how'd you go?
I've been doing all the webcam events since April 2020 when they were first started to do the rounds on the Facebook group for 7 Point Highlander. And at one stage it was hosted by an interstate group based in Toowoomba, but the last couple of months or so it was being hosted by the team from CBR MGG, which has been established over the last 4 or so years. And they decided to do a league and a separate small webcam event on the 3rd of October. And I sort of turned up thinking, another fun webcam event tournament with my experiment deck with tribal flames. But I ended up winning it because I just happened to have the right stuff on the right turn. I felt like some of the time. And then I had a couple rounds where it was really rough. I fought really hard to try and keep in the games, but unfortunately I just couldn't get there.
Well, I'll get
I
your
have
deck
spent,
list up here.
yeah,
You can't see it, Barb, but I've got it
I've
in.
linked the Moxfield link on the 7
Ah,
Point
cool.
Discord server because at one stage after round 4, I lost pretty quickly to the Oracle combo deck, which I'm considering a bit of a boogeyman and the must-beat deck at the moment.
Yeah, although it's
And I was
recently gone up to an extra point, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I was just sitting there, because of technical issues with a couple of people, and people dropped because they had to go for some reason because of the lateness of the games or something. Um, they said, "Well, Barb, you got to play the top 4 cut," and I just somehow won against 2 Americans that decided to stay up late. And yeah, I'm just kind of happy to finally get a win for Highlander in any shape or form.
Well, your
It was
deck
just a bit of a
looks
surprise with a bit of a weird five color combo pile of
it is
sorts
weird
here.
and it is unique, and
Yeah,
obviously Tribal Flames is a fantastic card, but the deck as a whole looks very similar to James Arthur's list. That was the first thing I
yeah,
noticed. I'll get James
yeah,
Arthur's list up if you like, and
yeah,
James's list is similar, but he's not splashing that fifth color. I mean, he plays Blackfoot Deathrite Shaman, but he's not
yeah.
splashing that fifth color, and he doesn't play Tribal Flames. But the shell is very similar. Did you lean on James? Did you talk to James at all about
No,
his
I
list?
just literally saw a video from you guys from the February event. And I did notice you need to put a big circle around Tribal Flames was in the first of the set of videos that you did for him. It
Well,
was there.
I've got his latest list up.
Yeah, I think he since then
He's changed
cut it,
it.
but I left
Yeah.
it in there because with webcam events, I wanted to have fun-filled decks rather than high-tier metal decks because I didn't know how long I was going to be sitting at home for, not be able to participate at the local shop. So I decided not to, worry about the high-tier decks for a while and just have
Well,
something
I would call it
fun
high
and easy.
tier if it's winning. And I mean, James Arthur had heaps of success with it in Adelaide meta, and it looks really
Yeah.
weird on paper when you look at it. But boy, oh boy,
Yes, it
it's strong. And
is.
he's got Glorybringer there at the top end, and you'll notice in his list he's got Titania in the sideboard and Glorybringer at the top of his list, and he just thinks Glorybringer is, he likes Titania, but he just thinks Glorybringer is so good. And I tend to agree. I think it's a bit of a hidden gem in Highlander. I really like it. You played Glorybringer on your list, yeah?
I do. I sort of tweaked the sideboard and the main board a little bit because of the amount of matches I was seeing with a wide variety of decks on webcam. So I decided to cut the Titania plan completely from the deck. But I was just, surprised that I was able to get everything to line up, kind of in a way that the deck wanted to go for the event. Because most of the time, I've had a couple of round wins and I didn't have to worry about top cut because of points or there are a whole heap of people when you need a cut to like 3 round wins rather than 2 to get to the top cut and all this kind of thing. But it was just a surprise.
And
Um,
your deck managed okay with the recent pointing of Ren and Six up.
yeah, what I decided to do, I decided to cut the Snapcaster Mage and
Yeah.
change it to Seagate Stormcaller. Unfortunately, at this stage of recording, it is a black and white proxy card because I've run
Don't
out of blue
sweat
ink.
it.
Um, But at least I got a printer that works compared to other people just have to make do with whatever they can hand drawn or something. So,
and just quickly for the audience, your 7 points today are. Do you want to run through them?
Yeah. So there's Oko. That card was for the webcam event the best card the whole day because I vaguely remember board states where I was just elking stuff. Like food tokens on my side or elking a very important key piece for the opponent.
Yeah, I'm glad he went to one. I'm glad he went to a point.
Yeah, it needed to be a point at some stage for
yeah.
sure because it was just becoming a bit of an obvious one. I've still got my favourite thing at 2, which I played for quite a while, Strip Mine, as well. I also got the Wasteland. Oh, there's the Oracle. There's the black and white proxy. Yeah. Query mark point in the future, maybe. I also got True Name in here at 2 as well.
That's different to James's list. He doesn't play True Name, I think.
Yeah. When I think about Splashing Blue, I do like swinging a lot with True Name.
I think he's playing Caracas and Wasteland instead.
Yeah. I do have Wasteland somewhere in my pile. I'll get to it when I can. There's the Wasteland there. So there's like 4, 5, 6.
And then Ren is the
7th. Is Ren. Yeah, the recent pointed Ren. When I was sitting down writing up, answers for Q&A in case people wanted to ask why I was deciding to be on this deck. Whoops, sorry. Deck decided to be a bit jumpy. It's like as soon as I heard word about this card doing so much damage in Legacy for the X1s like Death and Taxes and Elves, I knew I had to get back on this colour combo.
And Junk as well.
Yeah.
Abzan,
after a year's
it's really
break,
good versus Abzan.
Yeah, because it's just zaps things. You get your fetch lands back so your mana curve's okay. Yeah, so...
I mean, even against Control, to hit a Snapcaster Mage or a Baleful Strix and then to get card advantage in the form of lands, I think is really phenomenal.
Yeah, I just thought I'd show how much black and white proxy the CK Soulcaller is.
Oh, you can hardly notice, Barb. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so just letting people know. So there's the points there. I haven't done any deck changes since last week because I'm just going to sit pretty on it for a while and just see how it shakes out because I'm hoping the next month or so to get back to normal paper magic in my local area of Adelaide and see how it fares. If my rough guesswork over some of the small tweaks I've done to it to James is going to be good or bad. Do I have to consider changing it to like a proper rug 3-color deck with a Triome base and Uro and stuff? I don't know, but we'll just see.
Well, shall we play some games?
Yeah, we'll get on
today,
with it. So,
I'm playing Abzan, just a stock standard list.
Yeah.
My only recent changes would be I've added the Skyclave Apparition in.
Yeah, I was about to say I already started looking at lists that require white with Zoo or Asban. I'm expecting Skyclave to be
I think
definite yes.
It's going to be good. So, do you want to roll for first there, Bob? I think your dice come up a bit better.
Yeah. These are my life total dice, and this is just a couple spares. This one is a 6-side. So you
want to roll? I'll go evens.
There we go. Oh, sorry, hit the deck box. I'm going first, I guess.
Alrighty, good luck.
Yeah.
Did you play any Abzan in the event?
No, the decks I played were a Keskyle with green, a very fun Slitters tribal deck, the Rug Sneaky Breaky that Michael Leslie had on 7 Point Scoop on Twitch for a few weeks.
Breaky. I like the name.
Yeah, sort of doing sneak attack and open druids to get big things like Terastodon in, which caused them very amusing board states, I must admit. And then like the fourth round ended up being against an Oracle deck, which after 2 rounds worth in a row, I somehow won the semi to get into the final to play a blue-black tempo deck of sorts. I haven't quite seen one like that. I was assuming when I was sideboarding it was the blue-red aggro tempo or something, maybe splashing blue.
Blue-black tempo rogues is a deck in standard right now. So I'm wondering if that American fellow who's playing it.
He was trying to translate that similar style. I believe. So I do apologise for the people at home with all the shadows. It's the best way I can get my camera to work without glare. So,
all right. Well, I've mulled to 6 and I'm keeping this one.
Yeah. And also, I'm very honoured to be the first female in the booth doing matches, by the way, too, because I don't want to neglect that obvious fact either.
Oh, absolutely, Barb. Are you
Yeah,
saying
after
first?
nearly 4 years, no chicks allowed in the booth. I'm finally breaking in. Sorry. To one or two other people in Adelaide, I got in first.
Well, it's a big
Sorry.
milestone, Barb. Congratulations. Hopefully
Yeah.
not the last, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I can keep my hand even though it's a bit risky, but I'll see how it goes.
You see that dice all right? Yeah. Yes, take us away whenever you're ready, Barb. I'm on a keep.
All right. I'm just going to play Marsh Flats. I'm going to start with a preordained turn one unless there's a misstep.
No, you got
Getting
it.
a Tundra. Getting a Tundra.
See, again, when I was playing against James, I don't think I've played you when you're on this list, but when I was playing against James, it just felt like every time I tried to win the control, card advantage game, he would beat me on the with an aggressive like lightning bolt to the face. And every time I
I'm
tried
keeping
to play
both on top.
defensively, he was able to beat me on card advantage. It really did both roles really well, the mid-range and the aggro role.
Yeah. Wasn't sure because I know there's been lots of categories put on the new 7-point Highlander page over the last website with pages with different carries over the last few months. I was sitting there thinking, I'm not sure what category this is because you've marked it as a tempo deck with the James videos in February, but there's also some aggro and mid-range elements in there as well, which is going to make it interesting how to classify this deck. Well, I get to thankfully play one of my favourite things in Highlander, known as Wild Nakata, as a 2/2.
Well, I think if you're playing Wild Nakata, you can confidently say you're on at least aggro or tempo, right?
Yeah. So, and that will be my turn after the Nakata. So I'll just get these fixed. Yeah,
this one's pretty good. It's going to be Lily Last Hope. And I'll put it up on your Nakata, which doesn't kill it, but it does shrink it.
I don't have days in hand to do anything against that at the moment, so yeah.
And I'll pass.
Yeah, so I'm presuming it got negged, so I'll just pop that dice up the top there, remind me it got negged. So playing Tiger. So now it's a 3/3. So
yeah, so it's a 1-2 at the moment because of the Lily.
Yeah. I am going to attempt to cast Brainstorm.
You got it.
1, 2, 3. 22 back on top. Won't need that one so much. And that one. Yeah, I'll swing with the. Now that has 1 power at the Lily, I presume. So I'll peg it down, and at the end of the turn, I will cast my Infamous Red and 6.
Oh no!
And it will zap your bird, by the way, too.
Oh man, it's brutal. I was feeling pretty good there, being able to untap with the Lily, but yeah, brutal.
Yeah, I'll just move that.
Okay, I'm gonna just play Scoos.
Yep.
And I'll play the Triumph Intapt. And I'll go up on your Nakata with Lily, and I'll pass turn.
Yep.
I think Scoos is really good right now in the meta. There's a lot of
it is. Yeah,
a lot of graveyard interaction.
I've already started contemplating. Like at the moment, barely in my sideboard, but having to contemplate putting it in the main deck simply because, it just
feels like it does
so
it all.
much. So I'm gonna, it covers a lot of bases at the moment. I feel depending on what deck you're playing against. I'm just gonna fetch again, grabbing a Tropical Island. So Lily's on 4. I'll have a quest beast in hand, I'm afraid.
Yikes. That is
Yeah,
brutal.
yikes.
Once again, I was feeling really good being able to untap with Scoos. It would be able to get ahead
Doing
on
the
that
plus on Ren for this.
Ren and 6.
And then attacking with the team at you, so Lily's gone.
Okay, so I can block the Nakata with the Scoos because it's only a 1/2.
Yeah.
And then I take 4 and Lily dies. Yeah, I mean, I was feeling very good being able to untap and then eat your lands so your Ren can't get there.
Yeah. Pass the turn.
Okay. Let's go fetch with Windswept Heath. I go down to 13. I'll go to Savannah. And I will play Skyclave Apparition, the new one.
Yep, the new thing. So I'm presuming Ren's fizzles.
It's going to be Ren. Yep. Sorry. It exiles Questing Beast.
Yep.
And then I'll swing at Ren. And I'm going to eat your...
I think that's for 2, if I'm correct. Oh, yeah, with the Scoos.
I'm going to pump the Scoos, though. So, I'm going to
take all 3, yep.
Yeah. But I've got to eat a creature of yours.
Yep. And the card will be the one in question as well. So just make sure that is all fine. No day, so it's all good.
And I'll pass.
Right.
Well, the Skyclave turned out to be pretty good there. And we've got to remember, though, that if you kill it or it leaves the battlefield, you get a 4/4 token.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to 17, another fetch. Another day, another fetch. Another day, another fetch. Well, you were talking about this particular card earlier. It is here. It is a Glorybringer, I'm afraid.
Oh, man. This is a swingy match. Yep.
And there's the market for exert, because obviously I'm going to be exerting it. Because I think Skyclave is not flying.
No, it's not. I'm not sure what you hit here. Scoos is a better creature, but if you hit the Skyclave, you get a 4/4, so it's a bit more aggressive. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm probably going to hit the Scoos before it gets out of control anyway.
I think that's fair. You can try to hit the Skyclave later. So I take 4, go to 10.
No worries. Thank you. I'll pass the turn.
Okay. I'm going to swing for 2.
Yep.
And
15,
I unfortunately have to do a pretty mediocre play, which is just going to be Knight of Autumn.
Yep.
And I kind of want to gain a life, but I'm going to say counters.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play a Dryad Arbor, and I'll pass.
Yep.
I used to play Glorybringer in a Splinter Twin deck, and it was really good when you could go play your Pestamite and untap the Glorybringer and exert again. It was a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
Or Kiki Jiki it, and you get to make 2 and just totally blow them out.
Yes, I do. Well, this is something I've been hoping to do. So I've got Seagate Stormcaller.
Yeah.
Copying the next instant spell that I have. And that happens to be Petty Theft.
Oh, man. Okay. Yep. Which would you like to...
Skyclave and Knight of Autumn.
Yeah. So when it leaves the battlefield, so you get to create a 4/4 blue illusion.
Yep. All right. So that will be for the 4/4. I haven't got the correct token for it at the moment.
I'll get to ETB the Skyclave in again, but now I can't target the Glorybringer because its X is 4 or less. I think it's definitely worth
it
doing.
can only do Seagate. Yeah, exactly.
And that's my turn, is it?
Yep. And just making life easier for everybody. I've got all the props in the world.
Oh, man. Your Glorybringer is coming down again. Let's go, my friend and colleague, Seedrono.
Oh, yes.
Seedrono is still so good in this format.
Yeah. Seedrono
I play land in tapped. And I'm going to swing you for 1. What do you want? 15.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. It's all yours.
So this is now not exerted. Aurora can be...
Oh, did you take the 3 for the Sea Drano?
Yes, I'll be on 11.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All
Let's make
yours.
sure that's easy.
Fortunately, Sea Drano's got a big butt, so the Glorybringer can't kill him.
Oops, another one. Yeah, that is a bit awkward for you, isn't it? Oh yeah, I can do both. So blue. So I'll make Brazen Borrower actual creature this turn.
Yep.
So we've got more flying pressure. And then I got my old friend Quasali Primate. I had to double check if I had the right colours for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, so Glorybringer will attack with Exalt damage in the air for 5. And obviously can be exerted to hit the Rhino.
Well, the Rhino's got 5 toughness, so it won't kill the Rhino, so you probably don't want to do that. But you can exert on the Dryad Arbor, but I guess you could just leave it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure it was... Oh, yeah, thank you for reminding me. It was... I'll just won't worry about the exert. Cool. I'll just hit for 5. Yeah.
Well, I'm on 8.
Yeah. Pass the turn.
Let's play Skyclave Apparition again.
Mm-hmm.
And this time I'm going to hit your Brazen Borrower.
Yep. That will get sold. So
3.
Got an extra... So we got the first Skyclave and the second Skyclave token ready if needed.
And then I want to, once again, I think I want to gain the life, but it gives me a whole other turn. I mean, if you're going to exert, you're going to exert on the Skyclave. I'll do it on, I'll do some counters, and then I'm going to swing the Sea Drano at you.
I'll just use Seagate to chomp block.
Okay. He's got trample though.
Yeah,
so
I'll still take
3.
Yeah, I'll still take 3 anyway.
And it's yours.
Quasali with your matchup can be, a bit of a thing to leave alone just in case there's a battle skull or something sitting there ready to Google. Sorry, that's untapped as well. Now we've got Elvish Reclaimer in my hand. And we do have only 2 lands in my graveyard, so it does not get the extra power and toughness yet. So it's still a 1-2 at the moment. Yeah, so I can still attack. Now I'll possibly exert the Knight of Autumn this turn.
Yep. And you've still got that 4/4, of course.
Yeah, from the first round. Yeah.
Well, I'm down to 4.
Pass the turn.
All right, need something good here. It's pretty good. It's going to be Skull Clamp.
Yep. Blowing up with Quasali in response before you can clamp anybody.
All right, so I got a clamp, yeah, and then you blow up. And then so he's alive and he's dead. And then I'll play another Dork, and I think I'm done because I die in the air.
Yeah, because this is exerted. I untap. Got the 4 power guy.
Oh, he's exerted. He's exerted, so I'm alive for 1 more turn, of course.
Yeah, I think he got another turn.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I just drew something called Lightning Helix at your face.
Yep, I got a 1.
So I gained 3, so I'm on 11. I can hit with the 4/4 token.
I do have a Sea Drano though.
Yeah, I could, but I'll wait a turn. Pass the turn.
Yeah, you got me. Just another Dork.
Yep. Well, I'll keep this 6, and I'll have to bottom 1 card that might be a bit hard to cast at the moment. You can go.
All right, shock in a Pilgrim.
Shock in a Pilgrim. Oh yes, good old Temple Garden. All right. Arid Mesa, finding a Noble Hierarch, providing it doesn't get misstepped.
No, it's all good.
Because sometimes I've seen people do misstep in decks which might seem a little strange on paper without blue in it. And now because I'm running basically a similar type of deck I'm used to playing, but with blue definitely in it, it feels more natural to have Misstep in the main somewhere. So, yeah.
Well, that's a good one to Misstep. I'm going to Swords your Noble Hierarch.
Yep. Don't gain
And then
any
I'm
life.
going to Strip Mine your Tiger.
Yep. That
And
definitely hurts.
Get in for 1.
Yep.
And I'll pass.
I do have a second orc, so I'll use Windsoak Teeth to get Tundra.
Bummer.
Savannah. Thinking the wrong one. Yeah, it's Dork for Dorkville here.
I assume you're going to pass after the door.
Yep. Yep, just finding the Savannah.
Let's play around days. I will get green, black, and I'll play GT.
No days, you're all good.
And then I'm going to swing you for 1.
Yep.
And I'll pass.
Another ping. I'll just double check. So we've had 2 fetch, no, actually on 16 actually. I was just thinking I might have missed a ping. All right, so I've got a Follow Strand because I need to go down to 15, I believe, with this. I almost feel like I'm nearly there at threshold with Death Shadow already, and it's like only 2-3 or something. All the shock, got a lightning bolt on your dork.
Yeah, very nice.
And Deathrite Shaman after that.
Oh, yeah.
Hitting for 1 with my dork. Sorry.
Let's play Flooded Strand and pass.
Okey-dokey. All right, Wasteland coming in, which means I don't have to tap my dork to play Clothis. I like to effectively call it Clothy.
Yeah, Clothy boy, yeah.
Devotion is at 2-4, technically. I guess I'll attack with the team for 2 while it's a bit blank.
14.
Pass the turn.
I'll fetch. And I'm going to get the Triumph.
Yeah, end of turn Triumph, yeah. I'll just admit my deck could technically run Triumphs, but I don't have any at the moment, and I haven't really done the math in terms of which Triumphs to use.
I don't think you'd want them because I think your deck's just a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, I feel like they might be a bit too slow in certain situations, though. That's the thing. Like, I've got all my revised lands that are doing okay. Even with the odd strip waste package in the lands. Oh, here's Questing Beast.
Questing Beast, and he's going to attack.
Yeah, I'm taking 4.
That's it.
Much thought there. So, untapping, drawing, Suntinus Mayface, Clothis will trigger. Will be after play my land.
I got Swords, Pilgrim, and then lands.
I'll exile your Pilgrim.
So I go to 11.
I think I'm on 10 once I fetch, because now I can get to Scrubland territory for milking out the spells now. So there's Scrubland. So Shaman's gonna take your swords, so you get drained for 2 as well with the Shaman.
I'm on 9.
Tap these 2. I've got a Goaf. So Goaf check is land instant for me. Anything else for you?
Yeah, no, just land.
Yep, just on 2. Just got questing. Pass the turn. So unfortunately, Goaf cannot block Questing Beast. Because I thought I'd double check that.
Let's play lands. And let's equip to
expecting a GT equip this turn, yep.
Then I'm going to play Steel Shaper's Gift.
Finding another one.
Skull Clamp.
Yep, Adding more to the party. So being a sorcery, I'm pretty sure this will be on 3.
So he's a 3/4, is he?
Yep.
Alright.
Let's swap this again. Let's see. 3-sider.
So I'm going to play the Skull Clamp.
Yep.
And then I'm going to just attack for 4.
Yep. Down to 6. Got no planeswalkers to hit. Just Clothis somewhat masquerading as a planeswalker.
And I'm going to ping your... I think I'll kill your Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, I was expecting that to happen.
And I'll
quickly.
pass.
Yeah. So drawing for the turn, the Clothis trigger will occur in this main phase.
I've got Steel Shaper's Gift, but then you are shrinking your Goyf a bit.
Yeah.
So you could take land, I guess, but
Yeah, I'll see what I can exile with. I'll do my own Deathrite Shaman. So you take the 2.
so I'm on 7.
Again 2. I think I'm on about 8 or something. Might be 10 actually, because I did the other trigger before. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with that. Since you haven't got any dorks or anything, I'm just going to chain lightning you for 3, just to be over and done with.
4.
Yeah, past the turn, I guess, because I won't be able to really get through with the questing base at the moment.
I'm going to go down to 3.
Mm-hmm.
And get a Dryad Arbor.
So basically, if I draw Helix, I can shoot you on the spot next turn.
Yes, although I will have a bit of life off the GT.
Yeah.
But you don't have any red up, so I thought it's a bit safer. A bit safer to do it now. Alrighty, untap. I'm going to start off with... Do you have any creatures in your bin? How big's the Goyf? I've got land sorcery.
Yeah, it will be down to 2 now. Again, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll start with the swing on the questing beast.
Yep, still taking 4. Yeah, I think I'm on 6.
Okay. Then I'm going to tap Dryad Arbor and equip it to Clamp.
Yep, draw the cards. Yep. Sort of empty-handed here at the moment, so so it's not looking that pretty. You got Scoos to really shore up the life total at the moment.
Scoos, Mum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even going to be a Hex Drinker.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to gain 2 life now. And
I don't think if I held on to the chain lightning, I don't think in the sports day it's going to matter that much because the mother will eat the chain, the Hex Drinker will get big. Kind of do anyway.
Gain another 2 life. I think I could kill the dog, but I'm going to take 2 of Clothis. So yeah, I'll gain. So I'm just gaining life, and I'll pass turn.
Yeah.
I think it's just better to play it a bit safer. Play around a lightning bolt.
I drew a birds. Clothis will trigger now.
I've got
on your
sorcery,
Dryad
creature,
Arbor.
land. Yep.
Yeah, just do your Arbor. So
does that give you mana, or I guess you can choose?
Oh, that's a good question on that one.
Sure.
I don't think it's going to matter because I can't cast anything anyway. So
so I'm probably going to lethal you here.
Yeah, because I don't think I can really get out of this at the moment. If someone can pop any comments for this video to answer that very good critical question of what happens if I choose Dryad Arbor with this, because it's land and creature, let me know. Because I need to know that. Thanks.
So it's my turn, Barb?
Yep.
All right. And how many cards have you got in hand?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, and I can't block questing beast. And I presume you got a few counters on it with Jeets at the moment anyway.
There's no counters on it, but I am going to level up the Hex Drinker.
Hex Drinker, yeah. I can't.
And you're on 8, are you?
Yeah, roughly about 8, yeah.
So I'll give Hex Drinker protection from green, and I'll swing you for 8.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. We'll go to some sideboard games shortly. Alrighties, I can start with strip, and I'll probe you using life.
Okay. It's Hex Drinker, Knight of Autumn, Jite, and Steel Shapers, and 3 lands, one of which is a Caracas.
Yeah, oof, good thing I got the strip there. I'll just draw a card off probe, and I'll pass the turn.
Well, I think strip's coming down either way, so I'm just going to play Hex Drinker, Shock, and pass.
I've got a misstep on that Hex Drinker, so I can take
Oh
another 2.
man, that's brutal. I was going to say the stripping here is annoying, but I think it's okay for me because I've got the creature out.
Yeah.
But the misstep there makes it really tough.
Yeah. Really putting you in a tough spot. I'll just fetch here off Foothills and pass the turn for a Tago.
No stripping, huh? Just trying to build to 3. I'll play Godless Shrine, and I'll shock it in, and I'll Stoneforge Mystic.
Oops. Let's pop that in there. I've got no days or anything, so it goes through.
All right, I'll get Batterskull and pass.
Yep. Playing Plateau. I'll pass the turn and I'll strip the Godless Shrine. I thought I'd wait a couple turns just to make sure I got enough mana to keep going before I do the strip.
Caracas and pass. Got that Batterskull ready to go.
All right. I'll get a Bloodstain Mire. And I'll grab a blue source. Mantis Rider.
Oh, it's good.
What's gonna happen there?
Yep, it's gonna
Because I've
resolve.
got blue, white, and red. Hitting you for 3.
I got a 13.
Pass the turn.
I will cheat in this Batterskull.
Yep.
I'll attack you for 4 with
with the Batterskull, you're going life. Yep.
So I got a 17.
About 10. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna fetch for green. Oh, it's tough. Green white, I guess, and I'll play Cambal, Consul of Allocation.
Oh yes, that
He's
is
a
a
sideboard
doozy
card.
of a sideboard card.
Yeah,
Oh
he's a good one.
yes. Oh yes.
I really like him because he's good versus burn, and he's also decent versus control. He's not great, but I start him in against hard control, and he's really good against storm.
Yeah.
He's
really I feel
good.
like in general most blue-based decks have a lot of spells, anyway, for Campbell to be a real
so he's
pain
like
in the
playable versus control. He's very good versus burn,
Yeah,
and he's
just take my
like
turn.
phenomenal versus storm. So anyway, I'll pass after that. So yeah, I've run Kambal for a while. I really like him.
Sorry, the jig is up on Battleskull.
Alright.
Night of War targeting Battleskull.
Battleskull's down.
Battleskull is down. Misty Rainforest in as well. This will fly in the air for 3.
13.
Pass the turn.
Alrighty.
I must admit, Mantis Rider is the most unique, interesting card to have in here because it's the mana cost. What it does is just very unique.
Let's play this elf.
Yep.
And I want to play Jite, but I guess I can just cheat it in with Stoneforge, so I'll pass turn.
That is perfectly fine. I'll have to fetch. Might be better just wait a turn. I'll just fetch, because I do have a quest beast in hand as well,
Yeah.
ready to fire away.
What's your life total, Bob?
I think about 9 with all the shenanigans going on.
Oh, you misstepped Emperor, didn't you? I do have a Caracas though, Barb. So playing the Questing Beast stops me from cheating in the GT, but
yeah,
Caracas is very good versus Questing Beast.
yeah. I'm just gonna swing with a man's rival 3.
I got a 10.
Pass the turn.
Oh, Caracas, yeah, Beast.
Yep. I've got 3 other cards in hand.
Okay. I'm gonna cheat in the GT.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't want to do that. Sorry, that's because I can't. I have to swing the Campbell, and then your Mantis Rider kills it. I'll just cast this Obstinate Bailiff.
Oh yeah, you gain life. Yep.
Yeah. So post board, I get a little bit of life gain. I try not to go over the top with it, but I do have a little bit of life gain. So I get a 14, and I'll pass my turn.
Alrighty. Do I have? Oh yes, I do. Yeah, I kind of miscalculated for the. I'll just go down to 8 with another fetch because it's probably the last fetch I really need to do, because I should have enough mana to do everything I need to be doing. We've got a Glory Bringer in.
Yikes!
And
it
it
just
will
feels
insert
so
hitting
good.
your Bailiff.
Okay, so Bailiff dies, and I take 7 in the air, going to 7.
Yep, we die for these. Yep. Pass the turn.
And you haven't played any non-creatures.
Yes. I'm being very wise to get around the non-creature clause. Yes.
Okay. I feel like I need to keep up Caracas now for Questing Beast. All right, I'm going to play the GT.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fetch, get a Bayou, and I will equip it to Stoneforge Mystic, and I'll swing you for 1.
Swing for 1 with the Mystic. I can block with Night of Autumn. You still get the counters anyway.
I do. So they'll trade.
Yep.
And I'm going to pass.
All right. I'm just going to play. I've been being patient a few turns with this Deafening Clarion. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to gain 2 from the Campbell. Got an 8, and you take 2.
Yeah, I think I'm about 6.
And I'm actually going to.
I think I'm running out of turns to play it pretty much.
I'm going to Caracas the Campbell.
Yep.
Back to my hand.
Caracas the Campbell.
And this guy.
Unfortunately, it does kill my Mantis Rider as well.
Yeah. Oh, you probably want to swing first, right? You probably get in for 3.
Yeah, I can get in for 3. Then I can cast this.
Yeah.
Don't have anything else really to do other than ponder.
Sure.
Once the Campbell's gone, so this will be gone, and then I can ponder.
Yep.
Because luckily I didn't hit too many non-creature spells while Campbell was on, so that was a bit fortunate. Put these 3 back on top and I'll draw one card.
The Glory Bringer is just a must answer.
Yeah. One thing I have been doing, I'll just pass the turn, is whenever I see a creature deck, this creature is really good to keep in. When I see a whole heap of non-creature spells, Spellcaller from the side's a really good one to swap with, because basically by the time Glorybringer's down, and most times out of 10 with, a control or combo deck, you can't really hit anything much with Glorybringer anyway, so you're better off having this one little cheeky creature counterspell thing happening instead of him.
All right, I'll play Titania.
I
didn't have.
I'll attempt today's Titania.
Yep, you got him. You got him. That's brutal, and I'll have to pass turn. I was really hoping I could resolve that, because you can kill it with Glorybringer, but at least I get the 5/3 out of it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just go. Well, I guess I'm dazing here. Still no way of getting the quest beast in.
Oh, you
Although,
can. My Krakus is tapped, so you can get in for 4 with the beast.
yeah, I will actually do that this turn, I think.
All right, I got a 1.
And this will be off exert and pass the turn. Yeah, a bit of a tricky situation right from the word go over that one Caracas.
Was your Glorybringer? I think your Glorybringer might have actually been untapped that turn.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I do miscount turns, so
I think so. So I'd have to gain 4 off the
yeah,
G-Day
but I
to
think you still
survive.
had GTA life anyway.
Yeah. But it's not looking good. Definitely want to keep up Caracas. Pretty locked in here. All right, I'll have to go Night of Autumn, gain 4 life.
Yep.
And then
Yeah. Reuse my day, so it's all good.
Steel Shaper's Gift, find Skull Clamp. And I'll pass turn.
Yeah, so this should be definitely able to attack this turn, so I've got another land. Not one yet. We have
Renegade Rallier, is it?
no, it's not the Reliquary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just check how many lands I've got. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands.
Yeah, the old 3-mana 7/7.
Yeah, 5 lands. So I guess I'll have to attempt to attack with the team.
I'll Caracas the Questing Beast and got a 1.
Yep. Pass the turn.
Sure. Not feeling good here, Barb.
No.
All right, let's go Abrupt Decay on your Knight.
Yep. That will work for sure. At least for a brief moment, I had a lot of counters on him.
And then I'll equip to the Knight, and I'll swing you for 2.
Yep.
And I'll pass.
All right. Okay. Playing a land. Well, I can still force the issue over Quest Beast.
Yep.
So I'll still force the issue with the Quest Beast and attempt to attack.
Yep. Are you exerting?
Yes, I will. So.
All right. So I'm going to have to gain 4 life, and this one dies, and I'll Caracas the Questing Beast.
Yep. Pass the turn.
So the beast is back in your hand, Barb.
Yep. Back in hand it goes.
Oh dear. Okay. I just got to keep this Caracas up. It's sort of taxing my mana a bit. Let's play Cambal. And
in response to the Cambal being played, I'll take some damage and petty fifth it.
I don't want to do that one. Well, you have to wait for a game action.
Yeah.
So I would just go Skull Clamp, let's say, and then you get to petty theft it back. But it does trigger, so I gain 2 and you take 2.
Yeah. Somewhere like after Cambal enters, cool. I can just bounce it.
All right. So you take 2 for the Cambal.
Yep. I think I'm on 2, so I should barely be alive.
And then I'll have to pass turn.
Yep. So Glorybringer can't attack. I'll draw a card. This will come in and can't attack either. Attempt to place the Questing Beast on the board and will get bounced when it attempts to do anything. Pass the turn.
Okay. Dear. All right, let's play.
I'm just wondering if there's a Siege Rhino. No. because I think that would be the exact thing you would need to win at the moment. Yeah, because I've been teetering on the edge for a few turns.
I'll equip Skullclamp to Pilgrim.
Yep.
Sure. I need to find a source to plowshares, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it like this. Play the forest, play Hierarch.
Yep.
And equip to Skullclamp. No, you got me. You got me.
Yeah.
Too much.
I did actually have a Path to Exile upcoming, and I had a spell snare, so to counter. There's quite a few creatures at 2, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you were dominant.
Yeah, and of course,
dominant.
Yeah, there was a few risky plays in that game, but I somehow got out of it. So, yeah.
I held in for a while, though. I held in for longer than I thought, but I couldn't get good value off the GTA. I just had to keep...
Yeah, because I know what it's like to be in your seat trying to get the value off the clamp to get the GTA clock going. Yeah. Oof. It can be scary once it gets going, that's for sure.
Absolutely. All right, well, we've got one more game, right? That's me on the play on the sideboard.
Yep.
All right, this one's a keep for me.
No, I'll keep this hand.
Okay. Shock and Dork and pass.
Shock and Dork. Alright. I'll find a volcanic to chain lightning your Dork.
He's out of there. And
yeah, I'm looking forward to the new spin on Death and Taxes in Legacy because the Skyclave and the Angel that gets other copies is kind of interesting at the moment. It's like,
I like the Skyclave.
New party tricks going on.
Raj was playing it in his Legacy list, Death and Taxes. I'll pass, Barb.
Yeah, just trying to find a appropriate theme land unless I miscounted. Oh, there it is. There's the volcanic I was hoping for. Sorry, it took a while. Because, yeah, I'm like, I was starting to feel a bit of a wall with Legacy. I'm getting this general feeling as COVID was hitting, like D&T was hitting a bit of a wall in Legacy because of all these snow with Oko
The Uros is so good.
Yeah, that maybe taking a bit of a break from Legacy might be a good thing at the moment. No offense, really. We'll just get a Windswept Heath. I do have a Death Right coming in.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'll get a Triome in the end.
Finding a Savannah here. So, no, I'm getting the land set up for Trouble Flames, but nope to Trouble Flames. Because, it's the most appropriate theme spell you can do on a Siege Rhino when it's down. My goodness, right. If you get all your lands on. Other than playing Powerful Plow, it's like the only other card that can definitely get rid of it for a reasonable cheap cost of 2 mana, if you got the right manas.
So I'm going to eat your Windswept Heath.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to play a land to play on days, and I'll play Birthing Pod.
Oh, yes. I'm afraid that will go through. I've got no days, no other ways and means for it.
Well, it's costing me a bit of life, but I'm going to fetch and pod this guy away. Yep. So 5 life later.
Yep. We need a cut to 5 life later, like 5 days later. I've been seeing a bit of lately.
And I'll get Stoneforge Mystic, and I'll find a Batter Skull and pass.
Yep. Well, that will all happen, I'm afraid. My hand's saying not really much in the blue department at the moment. What I can do is bolt the Stoneforge.
Yep.
To stop the cheap business happening. Play Flooded Strands. And I'll grab another, I think it'll be Tundra. Not going for the eating yet because I don't think there's not that much to eat yet. I can eat my own flood strand for a blue because Shaman's been in for a turn. I like to call it, this is the heartbreaker moment for Abzan, known as True Name Nemesis.
Yikes. All right.
Pass the turn. So where is your council's judgment or bust?
Well, it's not quite council's judgment, but it is pretty good.
Or Kaya's Guile?
Caracas gets played. I want to take another 5 life. Not really. All right, it's going to be Kitchen Finks.
Yep.
So I'm going to gain 2, but then I'm going to take 2.
And then you're going to pot it, yeah.
And pot it, but then it will come back. So I'll gain 2 total. So I got a 14, and I'll get Siege Runner. So I actually go up to 17.
Yeah, so I'll definitely take the 3.
And I'll pass
this time round.
And Questing Beast arguably is a better one versus True Name, but I think I want the life gain and the ETB effect because I'm going to be potting.
Yeah, because you get another turn of effectively Fine Council's judgment or bust, really.
And then I'll pass turn.
Yeah. Time for the turn. I'll start by ploughing your Siege Runner.
Yikes. I got a 21 though. It's been a wild ride with the life total.
Yeah, it is. And then I've got to go, so now I've got to do a graveyard check. So I've got instant sorcery land.
I've got creature land.
Okay, so that's 4. All right. Doing a Goth check. Won't have to do anything off there. I'll just hit you for 3 with the True Name. You can start the clock.
18.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Birthing Pod's putting in a bit of work here.
Because now you probably will be fetching for Quest Beast. Because of Goth being there. Just make sure the dice are in camera view.
I'm going to pay life and eat the Kitchen Finks. And I will get Questing Beast. And I will attack for 4.
Yep. Yeah, I'll block with Ghost since it's a 4/5 at the moment.
And unfortunately, I'm hoping this one resolves. Zealous Persecution.
Yes. It will. Yeah.
So it shrinks it shrinks your...
Yeah, I was about to say, I kind of forgot that cheeky of a sideboard card known as Zealous.
Yeah. And it makes the beast
so
bigger,
this will be on
neg
neg 1. Yeah.
And I'll pass turn.
Yep, so that will go. Playing another land. Well, I've got the Hex Drinker.
Very nice. Yep.
Yep. So now we are going to officially set up for Tribal Flames live draw with Scrubland off the Arid Mesa. And then I'll fetch for just a normal blue off the Tarn. Oh no, I'll just get Trop. That might be better. Alright, so now I've got plenty of... So I'm just going to attempt to do 1 level.
Yep.
The next level, and then doing the 3rd, wondering if the buff decays. Okay.
And
then Deathrite will drain the...
I've got a Zealous Persecution if you want to.
Yeah, I'll drain the Zealous, yeah.
And
I can do my own graveyard. Yeah.
And you gain 2 as well, right? You gain 2 for that. For the Shaman. No, you don't. No, you don't. No,
it's not Coffus, no. Pass the turn. So depending on what I can draw, it'll be, instant protection from everything, a backup True Name condition for Hex Drinker next turn.
Let's swing Questing Beast.
Yep, I'll take the 4 on 8.
So protection from everything is pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's just make some flyers. So I'm going to go
Oh
Lingering
yeah, good
Souls
old Lingering Souls.
and
Yep.
flash it back, and I'll pass turn.
Yep. Yeah, because otherwise I'll probably be dragging that out of the
It's
graveyard next
lethal.
turn.
I've got 8 damage on the board. I mean, you have a Shaman, but it sort
Yeah.
of forces you to gain life off the Shaman or keep your Hex Drinker back.
I think it's going to be the all-in Hex Drinker play, I think. Just adding the extra 5 levels.
Yeah, although I've got lethal here, so I get you can't block with Shaman. So
yeah, and I
do you have
can't
another
block
land
with.
to gain life?
No, I'm afraid not. Well, the other option would be to add 4 levels.
Yeah, you do want that last level though.
Yeah, it's really tough position. Like these games are being tough to deal with.
I
think I might be better off.
I think you want the levels, and then you just have to keep it back for a turn.
Yeah, I think the levels are definitely better. Even though, where we got I'm on 8. Yeah, because then that way I can block the quest beast and try and keep alive. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you try to gain a bit of life next turn.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That might be the best.
I'll swing you for 4 in the air.
Yep. Down to 4.
And I'm a bit scared of Trouble Flames. Let's play Noble Hierarch.
Yep. Oh, you got the new fancy one.
I do. And then I'll play Dahlia.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm actually going to pod the Thalia, get a 3-drop. And the 3-drop I'm going to get is Renegade Rallier, which will get back to Thalia.
Yep.
And then I'll pass.
Adding more for the board, yeah. I'll just see what I find. I'm not overly... Well, I've got a Noble Horror to play.
Yep.
And I can gain some life by eating my Tamagotchi.
Yeah, or you can eat one of mine. I got a Kitchen Finks. It's probably a decent one.
Yeah, I'll gain some life. So that's that green, They're the only ones left. I can't really attack with you at all. Because I think I got you around, what was it, 10 or something? So I can't really do anything with this. I'll pass the turn.
Alrighty. Do I Alpha Strike? If I Alpha Strike, I can technically kill you, but if you have any sort of bolt effect, it's really bad for me. So I think I can just be a little bit patient. Don't have any direct damage in my deck other than Siege Runner, which is exiled. All right, I guess I swing you for 4 in the air.
Yep, and a 2.
Then I'm going to play Obstinate Baloth.
I can evasive action the Baloth. I didn't have a bolt, but I had the evasive action for 5.
Okay, Baloth goes down. And then I might... It costs you 1 more for the Thalia.
Yeah, and I got the tax for the Thalia as well.
Okay. And I will then pod my... What do I want to pod? Kind of like having the Thalia tax to stop you pondering and finding something.
Yeah. Yeah, I always had this theory about Thalia with a lot of the blue-based decks. It just makes them go, oh yeah, I lose mana every time I play a Brainstorm or a Ponder or a Preordain and every other way of drawing cards that you can think of under the sun.
I'll get a flying Resto Angel. And
yes. Classic Resto. Well, I do get my classic favourite known as Nakardal. And then I can exile one of your creatures to gain 2, but I don't think it's going to really help that much.
No, I've still got 7 flying, don't I?
Yeah, you're still, even if I attack with this, I'm pretty much done. Yeah.
Well, the birthing pod was fantastic that game.
Yeah, and I couldn't find a counter spell. I even sideboarded Stony Slice to stop all the pod chains happening, but nothing.
All right. Well, I think we
No
went.
worries.
You won 2. You won 3 on the play.
I think it was 1 each. So yeah, as I thought it would be
2 on the play,
very
and I won
tight.
2 on the play. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
It
thanks.
all just depends on what you find and if it lines up with whatever the pile says.
Yeah, I mean, getting that opening dork seems really important.
Yeah,
and we were
Trollface
both
was towards the
respecting the dorks. You bolted my dorks, and I swords to plowshares your dorks. So we were very respectful of each other's dorks. But no, great games, Barb. Thanks heaps for.
No worries. Thank you for
playing.
Yeah, thank you for letting me have some time to be on the Versus series. I hope people will enjoy me fumbling through my turns with my deck. That seems a bit weird on paper, but it works.
But it's effective, huh?
But
and congratulations on the tournament win.
Yeah, webcam tournament. I'm hoping to win a proper paper one at some point. So these are some of the cards that I generally bought in, and the other card is Knight of Autumn because it's just such a multitasker. Like literally when I was typing in, like, you know, people would ask me questions, I got these answers. All I could say is multitasking.
Well, the Clarion I think is really unique because people don't expect it from an aggro deck, but sometimes you have less creatures and you've got a lot of counter spells, and you might have a creature of yours that dies, but you can kill 3 of theirs, and that's really good. And also against burn, you can just lifelink your team and swing for 8 and just gain 8. And they're thinking you have to hold back your Nakata, you have to hold back your Goyf because you need them to block. And you say, nah, lifelink, alpha strike, and it just changes the race. I really like it.
Yeah, I like the caster board as to Teferi because being not you don't have too many, you know, instant interaction on the stack. It's mainly Abrupt Decay and Plow and Path. These two basically play swapsies because most of the time with Azban, your hand gets empty pretty quickly. So Clique is a bit, might not hit too much. And then a couple of the soft permissions because Remand bouncing doesn't really work.
Yeah, I agree.
Only having Brazen Borrow, it'd be okay.
I think the Teferi 3 is still pretty good. I would keep that in. But other than that, I like citing out the Clique and the Spell Pierce and the Remand. I agree.
Yeah, Spell Pierce.
Especially because I could have Thrun and
too many creatures.
You don't want me to have. You don't want to keep up Remand and I have a Thrun. You just get blown out.
Yeah, exactly. Double Siege Runner with a Remand is probably not a good spot to be in anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only really good for certain situations. Just giving people at home a bit of an idea. I'm not sure how, you know, ironclad this sideboard plan is. It's just what I generally thought, oh, this might work okay. And I do have plenty of other things on the board. Like I've got a lot of artifact removal. Like I could put a Collector Oof. I could really go overkill, like Collector Oof, Sins of Irons, Force of Vigor, for like the Stoneforge Mystic package. But the problem is with some of them, because they're creature-based like Oof, they're going to get, you know, Abrupt Decay or something. And yeah, that's not going to be great, or GTA'd. If the counters already existed. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks again, mate, and see you guys at home.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.